Kiba jayo jayo gaura chande arati karsho jana vitata vani jagamanalo bha Kiba dakhin nitai chan Rame gadadhara Dakhin nitai chan Rame gadadhara Nikate advaita swini Vasa chhatradhara Kiba bosi ache gaura chan Ratna simhasane Kiba bosi ache gaura chan Ratna simhasane Arati korena Brahma Adi devagane Divanara Hari Adi Kori Samaradulaya Kibanara Hari Adi Kori Samaradulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Basu Goshadigaya Shankha baje ghanta baje baje kartala Iba shankha baje घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला मधुरा मृदंग बाजे परमरसाला बहु कोटि चंद्रादीनी वदन उज्ज्वला इव बहु कोटि चंद्रजीनी वदन उज्ज्वला गला देसे बाना माला कोरे झलमाला इंदा शिवा सुख नारदा प्रेमे गदा गदा भक्ति विनोदा देखे और संपादा निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरा भक्त वृंदा श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरा भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा 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 हरे 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori. Jayo Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori, Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva Jaya Subhadra. Jayo Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva Jaya Subhadra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Gauranitai, 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 Jayo Gauranitai. Jayo Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Patita Pavan Gauranitai. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
विष्णुपाद परमहंसा परिवाजकाचार्य श्रुत श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंसा परिवाजकाचार्य श्रुत श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी महाराज शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। नामाचार्य शिला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्णा गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। जमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। श्री श्री किशोर किशोरी की जय। जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताई की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Namaste Narasimhaya Praladayadada Ine Hiranyakashipurvakshaha Shiratankanakalahe Ito Narsinga Parato Narsinga Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha Bahir Narsinga Hridaye Narsinga Narasimhamadem Sharanam Prapadye Tava Kara Kamalavare Raga Adhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadita Narhari Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Nitai Gaura Hari Ram, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. जय नरसिम्हा भगवान की, प्रहलाद महाराज की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. On behalf of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, we welcome you all to the Sunday Feast program at Sri Sri Kishore Kishori Temple here. Thank you all for joining us. Before we start our program, is there anybody who has come for the first time? Yeah, can you raise your hand a little higher? All right, so we have at least a couple of people. So we have Krishna Sundar Prabhu here. Can you raise your hand, Prabhu? So he will meet you after the class. He can give a little orientation of what we do here, what are the deities and everything. And he will also has a gift for you. So please do see him after the class. Thank you all for joining today. We have this program every Sunday starting at 5 and ending with a very nice, delicious vegetarian feast at 8. Yeah. So thank you so much. Now we have a very special guest today. Before I introduce him, I have a few announcements. Please save your date. We have Rath Yatra Festival on July 23rd, which is a Sunday, July 23rd. It's going to be in the Loyola Park here. Please spread the word. We'll definitely have some flyers coming out very soon.
What did you write?
So it will come out soon. So please be on the hook. We already have some information on the website. Rath Yatra is quite a big festival, so please do. Prabhu, can you lower the voice a little bit? So please do mark your calendars for that. Uh, we will let you know the information. It's in the flyers where it will start and all that. Yeah. Okay, so and we have so to introduce our speaker today, we have His Grace Gaurang Darshan Prabhu. Those who know him, I think he doesn't need an introduction. But those who are new, I'll just give you a brief introduction because his introduction it will probably be a whole class. So I don't want to take the whole time. He is disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami. He is from Mumbai GEV. How many of you know Govardhan Eco Village? How many of you have visited it? It's a wonderful place, isn't it? So he's a resident of GEV, Govardhan Eco Village. There is a Bhaktivedanta Vidyapeeth, which actually teaches spiritual courses. He is the dean of that college, Bhaktivedanta Vidyapeeth. He is a regular speaker in TEDx, DRDO, the defense organization. He also speaks in Hindustan Times. He travels all over India, Australia, and US. And this time, he's the first time he's coming here to US. And we are so fortunate to have him. We will welcome him with a big and a loud 3 times. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! So he has written about 32 books. He has given 7,500 lectures. Shri Shri Kishore Kishori Bhagwan ki jai, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mahani ki jai, Gaur Nitai ki jai. And he's very influential. He loves kids. He has done so many courses for kids as well. I'll give you an example. His Bhagavad Vaibhav classes, which he does in the morning, there are around 300 to 400 people that join online in the morning from all over the world. So he's so influential. You'll see that. So thank you so much for coming, Gaurang Darshan Prabhu. And being here in Chicago, we want to see you more here. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जन रंजन। यमुनतीरवनचारी यमुनतीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सुत श्रीमद् हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद् हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की। गंगामयी की, यमुनामयी की, भक्ति देवी की, तुलसी देवी की, कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. I offer my respectful obeisances and to all the assembled devotees. Very happy and grateful to be amongst all of you at ISKCON Chicago. Last 2 days, I have been experiencing great ecstasy, speaking Harikatha with so many enthusiastic devotees. Uh, Especially the devotees here are very loving and caring, and the children are very enthusiastic and very uh, absorbed in hearing Harikatha, asking wonderful questions. So, interacting with the devotees here brought great pleasure to my heart. And this is the last session of this short visit. I thank everyone for coordinating this whole visit and giving me an opportunity to render service to the sincere devotees at ISKCON Chicago. So, we will discuss some Harikatha in the next 1 hour. Lord Hari is called Hari because he steals. Hari means one who does haran, one who steals. What does Krishna steal? He steals butter and he steals the hearts of the gopis who make that butter, and he also steals the sufferings of his devotees. Therefore, Hari is called Hari. So, we are here sitting today to discuss Hari Katha. And what is the address of Lord Hari? Where does he stay? He stays in Haridham, Vaikuntha Loka, Goloka, Vrindavan. He stays in the spiritual world. But although he stays there, still he stays in every nook and corner of this entire material universe also. गोलोक एव निवसत्यखिलात्मभूतो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Goloka eva nivasati. Although Lord Hari or Lord Govinda is staying in Goloka Vrindavan Dham, still he stays in every single atom in this entire cosmic manifestation also. Right? Goloka eva nivasatya khilatma bhuto. So he's there everywhere. Why? Now, if somebody has a company of our dear Chaitanya Prabhu has a multinational company with 100 branches at Chicago, Columbus, where else? Silicon Valley, Seattle, Australia, some branches, India, some branches, China, some branches. What else? Middle East, some branches. So there are 100 branches. He has a big company, he's the CEO. Say there is one branch. In all other branches, 99 branches, the employees are very cooperative. They're very caring, responsible in their duties, and they're also being very productive in their company, very responsible in their duties, and they're bringing a lot of profits. But there is one branch where the employees are not cooperative. They're fighting with each other constantly, right? And they're not at all cooperative with the boss. Whenever the boss visits that branch, the employees are trying to beat him, hmm? or chastise him. They are not producing any profits at all. In fact, this branch is in total losses. Dear Chaitanya Prabhu, will you be inspired to continue that branch? 99 branches are there. They are flourishing, giving so much profit. But one branch is there. No profit. No profit. On top of it, there is a lot of fight. How inspired are you to continue the branch? What will you do if you are the CEO? He'll fire everyone from that branch. Okay. And what else? Huh? You will just delete the branch. Control shift delete. He's not saying I'll close down the branch. He says I'll delete the branch. Right? But Krishna is little different. He has hundreds and thousands of spiritual planets in the spiritual world where he is lovingly served by the devotees there. All the devotees love him, care for him, serve him with so much of affection, so much of sincerity, without any selfish desires, without any material motives. All of them are sincerely rendering service to Krishna, and Krishna manifests himself in multiple forms as Krishna, Rama, Varaha, Matsya, Kurma, Vamana, Narayana, Vasudeva, Sankarshna, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. So, like that, spiritual world is filled with so many spiritual planets. And Krishna is being lovingly served by so many devotees in all the spiritual planets. But here is one material realm or material world where it's like the 100th branch. The material world, people are not loving Krishna, people are not serving God, people are not so spiritually inclined. Many people are doing so many different things. Some people say God is love, some people say God is light, some people say God has no name, some people say God has no form, some people say God has no activities, some people say God is dead, some people say I am God. Right? So different opinions about God. Some people say God doesn't exist only. So when this branch, this planet or this universe is like this, what is Krishna's inspiration? He's the CEO of all the planets, okay, all the universes, material and spiritual universes. So what would be his inspiration to come to this planet, this material world, and have some pastimes here? He said he'll close down the branch. He said he'll delete the branch. He said he'll fire all the people. So will Krishna fire all of us? We may not be loving him, serving him. We are not spiritually inclined. Some people are not even believing in God. But it is out of the deep compassion of the Supreme Father Krishna who descends on this planet time to time and gives us love and affection, gives us his time, isn't it? So now let's not see it from the perspective of CEO and employees and branches. Let's see from the perspective of mother and father. Parents have 10 children, for example. 9 kids are great. They're very disciplined, very well behaved. Mm. They're learning nicely, they're studying nicely. But there's one child who is not very disciplined, he's extremely mischievous. He's always quarreling with other people, he's beating people, he's spoiling all the things at home. So, will the mother love that child or not? Okay. Yes or no? Yes. Even if the child is mischievous, parents always have love for the child, right, Prabhu? I respectfully disagree with you. So parents always have love for the child. Even if the child is little mischievous, naughty, still parents love the child. Krishna is our supreme father. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Mama Ivamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhutaha Sanatanaha. He also say, Mama Ivamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhutaha Sanatanaha. Okay. Mama Eva Amsho. All these living beings are my Amshas. I am the Supreme Father. I am the seed giving Father of all existences. All the living beings are my Amshas. So Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. Right? So even if some children are little mischievous, naughty, not so obedient, not very submissive, whimsical, still Krishna loves them. Even if the living being commits such abominable sinful activities, and becomes worm in stool also because of our bad activities, material activities, we enter different life species, right? Somebody who is doing so many sinful activities may take some birth in lower forms, they may become insects or ants, something like that. Even if a living being is in that body also, that forms also, Krishna stays right within their hearts as super soul, Paramatma. He doesn't leave them. He doesn't disown them. He may disapprove their misdeeds, but he doesn't disown them. Whatever they may be, they are my children. So he gives them the necessary attention. If somebody commits some sinful activities, as a matter of necessity, Krishna may sometimes punish them. God may punish them, but God doesn't disown them. He continues to maintain an inspiration to have a relationship with them. Yes, these are my children. Okay, that mercy is there. So amongst all such living beings, among some human beings, especially, we are human beings today, let's talk about human beings. Amongst human beings, there are some people who take some inclination towards bhakti, who who want to perform some spiritual practices and revive their relationship with the Lord and love God and serve God. Right? Such people are called devotees. Some are very serious devotees. Some are so dedicated devotees. Okay. So Krishna, what does he do with such devotees? अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो माम् ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्. You can push it little this side. Ananyaschintayanto mam. If some devotee, without thinking of anything else, if some devotee is very much dedicated to the Lord, always always thinking about the Lord, glorifying the Lord, serving the Lord in various ways. You know how the Lord reciprocates with such a devotee. Ananyas chintayanto mam yejanaha paryupasate. One who is dedicatedly worshipping the Lord, he is given special care by the Lord. Tesham nitya abhiyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. I will take care of their yoga and kshema. How many of you have heard this phrase, yoga kshemam vahamyaham? Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. You have seen? Okay. You know what does it mean? Yoga kshemam vahamyaham means I will take care of my devotees in always. I will supply whatever they need. I will preserve whatever they have. That's the meaning. You got the meaning? I will preserve whatever my devotees have and I will supply whatever they don't have, they need. Is it clear? So, what does it mean? I don't have car. Will Krishna supply a car? I don't have big bank balance. Will Krishna supply a bank balance? So I whatever devotees have, Krishna will preserve it. That's what Krishna said. So uh, whatever I have, will Krishna preserve it forever? Will my bank balance will never get reduced if I practice bhakti? That's not the meaning. There's something deeper. Okay, let's discuss this shloka with some stories. Once there lived a aborigine lady in Vrindavan. Okay, so she's quite poor and she plucks some fruits in her garden and brings those fruits into the village, and she exchanges those fruits for some grains. She's a fruit seller. So she would just wander in the streets of Vrindavan and she would announce, if anyone wants some fresh, juicy, tasty fruits, you can please come and take me and give me some grains. So many people offer some grains to her and she will give fruits to them. So Krishna, at that time he was a small child, he has seen her. He has seen his elders giving some grains and accepting some fruits. So what did Krishna do? I also want fruits, he felt. With his little hands, he's hardly 2, 3 year old boy. With his little hands, he took some grains in his home and he ran so enthusiastically towards this fruit vendor. And by the time Krishna reached this fruit vendor, most of the grains in his hands fell down. Then hardly any grains were there. Already his hands are so small, he could accommodate only few grains in his hands, and even half of them or most of them already fell. And this fruit seller saw little baby Krishna, and she became so enchanted with the smile of this child, and she filled Krishna's hands with so many fruits, as much as he can carry. And she did not expect any grains. And Krishna reciprocated with her selfless service. Without any expectations from Krishna, she has given whatever she had to Krishna, selfless service. And Krishna reciprocated with her by filling her basket with so many jewels. So many jewels. You know what this lady did? She went back to home, got more fruits, and offered to Krishna. You know why? Why, Chaitanya? She wanted more jewels? That's why she got more fruits? No, right? So they are confident. She wanted to see the smile of Krishna. She was not greedy for the jewels. Although Krishna has given jewels to this fruit vendor, still she is not excited with the jewels. She is excited to see the smile of Krishna on his face. So if I give fruits, this boy will smile very happily. That is her selfless service. Similarly, when we also render selfless service to Krishna, Krishna will fill our hearts with so much happiness, spiritual happiness, and that's how a devotee should serve the Lord. But if you serve the Lord, Krishna will also uh, reciprocate with you and take care of your needs. Okay. Now let me tell you another story. Simple story. You know Sudama Brahmana? How many of you know Sudama Brahmana? Okay. Half. Then I can tell the story. Those who know the story will get a revision of the story, but along with revision, you also get finer nuances of the story, some finer details. And those who don't know the story, everything is new. You can relish. Okay. So please listen carefully. Once there lived a great Brahmana teacher. His name is Sandipani Muni. At that time, Krishna was very young. He was a young prince of Mathura city. So Krishna's father Vasudev had sent this Brahmana, Krishna, to this Brahmana, Sandipani Muni, for education. So at that time in Sandipani Muni's Gurukul, there was another uh, Brahmana boy named Sudama. So Krishna was a Kshatriya prince and Sudama was a Brahmana, a poor Brahmana. So both of them studied together in the same Gurukul. So they both were playing together, learning together, doing so many services to their Guru together. So like that, some time passed. One day, as these two little boys, Krishna and Sudama, were in their Gurukul, Sandipani Muni's wife, who is that Guru Patni, so she called these two boys and said, Krishna, Sudama, we need some firewood for our yajna, our sacrifice, our worship. Can you please go to the forest and get some firewood? And these two boys just went into the forest. They started collecting so much firewood for Guru's service. So when they entered the forest, they collected a lot of firewood. When they were returning, there was a big storm, heavy rain, not the drizzles that are falling outside, very heavy rain. And there were floods within no time. And very soon, the entire land was filled with so much water, and there was no difference between highlands and lowlands. These boys are totally caught up in this flood. And also, uh, it was so dark. It became evening, it became night, and entire climate was filled with darkness. And these boys could not understand the way back to ashram, back to their gurukul. So they were caught up. So in such a heavy storm, you know what these two boys were doing? Krishna and Sudama, they were holding each other's hands. Okay. So they have two hands, right? Each of them had two hands. So you can hold two hands. Okay. Ah. So one hand is in your friend's hand. With the other hand, you are holding pen, right? Like that, this Krishna and Sudama, they were holding some firewood. So they were carrying firewood, right? With one hand, they were carrying firewood. With another hand, they were holding the friend's hand. So, like that, Krishna and Sudama did not leave each other because it was dark. If they leave each other, what will happen? They will miss their ways. In the flood waters, where they will go, God knows. Nobody knows. Of course, Krishna is God, but at that time, Krishna was acting like a simple Brahmana boy. So, they were holding on to each other. Very important lesson. In this world, there are so many difficulties. Do you agree with me? In this world, there are so many difficulties. So, what will give us the strength to remain steady and composed even in the midst of difficulties? The association of devotees. When you have some difficulty, and when you also have some close friend, empathetic and sympathetic friend who is very kind and affectionate towards you, you can go and share your heart with that devotee, isn't it? And the devotee, the other friend, may not be able to solve your problem. Sometimes they may be able to solve the problem, sometimes they may not be able to solve the problem. In either case, if the friend is there, he will give you some moral support, emotional support, some encouragement, some motivation. So, that way you can easily deal with the problem. Even if the problem is extremely difficult, you still have some hope, some warmth, some affection that is coming, which can kind of pacify you, mellow you down, right? Some soothing effect you will get. So that's why we should never leave the association of devotees. That's what these two friends, Krishna and Sudama, are teaching us. Krishna and Sudama held each other's hands. And one more thing, especially in spiritual life, we get opportunities to render service to Guru, isn't it? So many opportunities to render service to Guru. We should not leave that service. Seva should not be left. So these boys, they were holding firewood with one hand, they were holding their friend's hand with another hand. So never leave the association of devotees and never leave service to Guru and Krishna. That's very important. That keeps us inspired. So these two friends are uh, very close to each other. So Krishna and Sudama were holding each other's hand, and that's how they spent the whole night. Meanwhile, you know what's happening at the Gurukul? Sandipani Muni, their guru, he was becoming so anxious. Where are these two students? Where are these two boys? They went to collect firewood and they're caught up in the flood waters. What would have happened to them? He became extremely anxious. But although he was anxious, he did not have the opportunity to go out and search for them. Because everywhere it's dark, it's raining heavily. They can't even carry a, what is that, mashal? The, huh? Basically, lamp, okay, torch, lamp, stick with a fire at the end. They cannot carry that also in the air, in the flood waters. It's raining heavily, so and there is no light at all. So Sandipani Muni was extremely anxious. His wife was also anxious. Other children in the Gurukul, they were also anxious. So Sandipani Muni was waiting anxiously. Whole night he did not sleep. He was waiting anxiously for the return of these two boys. Early morning, sun started rising. and the flood waters subsided, and they were able to see each other, they were able to see everything. So in the morning, Sandipanamani took some of his students and he ran into the forest. He was searching for Krishna and Sudama. Meanwhile, because the climate is better now, Krishna and Sudama also started coming towards the Gurukul. So on the way, Krishna and Sudama were coming towards Gurukul. Sandipanamani and his students, they went out to search for Krishna. So they met on the way. When they met on the way, they became very happy. Krishna became very happy, and Krishna and Sudama fell at the feet of Sandipanimuni. Sandipanimuni lifted that two children and hugged them, embraced them, and said, "My dear children, my dear students, I am extremely pleased with your attitude, with your service attitude. I bless you." You know what was the blessing? May the meaning of the mantras that you have learned is never lost to you. Okay? May you never lose the meaning of the mantras you have learned. You understood the blessing? You understood the blessing? What is your understanding, Krishangi? We should never forget the meaning of the mantras. That's one wonderful explanation. But there is something deep in it. We may learn so many mantras. We may learn so many lessons and principles and virtues and morals from scriptures. We study scriptures, we learn from teachers so many things. But when the right time comes in life, we may not be able to apply all those teachings. How many of you do mathematics? Have done mathematics in the past? You have learned so many formulas, right? So the teacher teaches so many formulas: a plus b whole square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Right? So many formulas we keep learning in mathematics. Now in the mathematics exam, some problems are given. So to solve one problem, you have to apply one formula, but you forget that formula. There are so many formulas in your brain, but you don't know which formula to apply at what time. You will mess up the whole problem, isn't it? Did it happen to you any time? After coming out of the exam, you tell your other friends, "Oh my God, I have spelled the wrong formula." So uh, when Sandipunimani blessed Krishna and Sudama that may you never lose the meaning of the mantras that you have learned from me, it means that you will always remember all the teachings of the Shastras that you learned from me. You will be able to apply them at the right time. They will come to your rescue. Okay, now park this story of Sudama. Now give me some permission to go on a small detour to speak another story in this context. One little story I'll speak. You know Karna? Mahabharata. Okay. Karna went and learnt all the military arts from whom? Parashuram, you're right. Parashuram. But he learned by cheating, Parashuram. Okay. He learned all these mantras or military secrets by cheating. Then Parashuram became very upset. You have cheated and gained all this knowledge. Parashuram gave a different blessing or curse to Karna. May you forget all the astras that you have learned. When you are stuck in a battlefield, at the right time you will not be able to remember the right astra. So, by pleasing Guru, Krishna and Sudama gained the blessing, and by displeasing Guru, Karna got a curse from Guru. So Krishna and Sudama are blessed to remember and and have the ability to apply all the teachings that they have gained. But this Karna, by displeasing Guru, by cheating Guru, he got a curse that he will not be able to apply the teachings. It's not just gathering lessons and teachings. We should be able to apply them in practical life also. Right? So we are studying Shastra not to just accumulate knowledge. Shastric study or hearing all these scriptures is not meant to equip us with more and more information. Shastra should bring transformation in us. We are studying Shastra not to gather information but to gain transformation. Do you agree with me? Information or transformation? We are not just meant to accumulate, "Oh, I know this Shastra, I know that Shastra. I read Bhagavad Gita 14 times. I read Bhagavatam. I read this book, I read that book." How are you applying the principles in your life? That's more important, right? How are the teachings helping you in your practical life? That's more important. So, Sandipanimani blessed Krishna and Sudama in this way. And after their education is over, Krishna came to Mathura, Sudama went to his home, and he is living like a Brahmana, poor Brahmana. Krishna is living like a prince. Like that, some years passed. Eventually, Sudama got married. And Sudama was a very poor Brahmana. He got married, he had so many children, and somehow Sudama was so detached that he would not even go out and beg or work for earning money and maintaining life, maintaining his children and family. If something comes of its own accord, he would accept. Otherwise, he would not put any special endeavor to get his livelihood. He was extremely poor. Sudama had a dhoti that has 100 holes in it, and he is just putting a knot right everywhere. He does not have proper cloth to cover his body. He does not have proper food to fill his belly. He was very thin. He was so emaciated, extremely skinny. So one day, Sudama's wife came to Sudama and said, "My dear husband, why don't you go to your dear friend Krishna and beg some wealth from him? Krishna is very wealthy. Krishna is very opulent. He's the husband of Rukmini Devi. He is a very wealthy prince. So why don't you just go and beg some food, beg some wealth from him for our livelihood?" Uh, was Sudama's wife greedy? Yes. Any answers? Sudama's wife is not just speaking once. Repeatedly, Sudama's wife is asking Sudama, "Go to Krishna, beg some money. Go to Krishna, get some money." Was she greedy for money? Hmm? No. How can you say that? She is very loving and caring for her husband and family. She could not see her husband, Sudama, struggle so much even to fill his belly. She could not see her own kids struggling with hunger. So, therefore, she was repeatedly requesting. But Sudama did not like the idea. "Oh, I should meet my friend, ask for money." No, no, no. I don't want to do that. But because she was pushing so much, Sudama said, "Okay, I'll go. I will go and get whatever. I will go according to your request." So Sudama agreed to go just to please his wife, right? He did not have any inclination or desire to go to his friend ask for money. He just begged, he just went, he just agreed to go to Krishna just because his wife is requesting him. Just to please her, he agreed to go to Krishna. And Sudama's wife, just to please him, just to see him comfortable, she said, you please go. So both of them are selfless. Sudama's wife is thinking about Sudama's comfort, and Sudama is thinking about his wife's emotions, right? Her satisfaction. So this is how wife and husband are supposed to be. They're thinking about welfare of each other, and they're loving and caring for each other. So Sudama said, "Okay, I'll go definitely, but mm, I am meeting my friend after a long time. Do we have anything at our home so that I can offer a gift to my dear friend Krishna?" Then Sudama's wife said, "We have nothing at our home to offer a gift. But still, I'll arrange something." You know what she did? She went to neighboring houses and she begged some poha, flat rice. Okay? And she begged some poha and tied that little four handfuls of poha in a torn cloth and gave it to Sudama. "Give this as a gift to your friend." Then Sudama took that. He had absolutely no intention to ask money from Krishna. But he thought, "Let me go, and at least I will get to uh, I will get to see Krishna. I will get to have the darshan of Krishna. Uh, Even if I will definitely not ask for money, but I will get to see Krishna." Just with the intention to take darshan of Krishna, he went. And he was also thinking, will the soldiers and gatekeepers at Dwaraka city, will they allow me inside? They were little, he was little doubtful. So somehow he went, "Okay, let me see. Even if they don't allow me to go inside the palace, from outside I will see Krishna." He was only anticipating Krishna's darshan. So he went to Dwarka city walking. He does not have Uber cab or he does not have anything else. So he just entered the Dwarka city by walking. So then he was not obstructed by anybody. So when he went to Dwaraka city, all the soldiers and gatekeepers allowed Sudama to go inside. You go inside, wherever you want. So he wanted to meet Krishna. He saw so many palaces. How many wives Krishna has? 16,108. Means how many palaces Krishna has? 16 16,108 palaces. It's not that he has one palace and small rooms for each wife. Okay, small cabins are given. No, 16,108 wives and 16,000 lavishly furnished palaces, and each palace has hundreds and thousands of servant maids. So Sudama went to uh, randomly he went to one palace. Where will he search? There are 16,100 palaces, right? Where is Krishna? Where do I meet him? Okay, Krishna did not have send his live location to our Sudama. So he has to search for him. So he randomly entered one palace. Okay, when he entered one palace, he found Krishna there. That happened to be Rukmini's palace. Now you tell me, at the time Krishna was with Rukmini. Yes, Radhika, you can tell me. If Sudama had entered Satyabhama's palace, would Sudama have seen Krishna there? Krishna was at Rukmini's palace at that time. Hmm? Yes, Manyata. Yes, Krishna expanded himself into 16,108 forms and stayed with each and every wife simultaneously. Whichever palace Sudama would go, Krishna would be there. Okay, definitely. So somehow Sudama happened to enter Rukmini Devi's palace, and Krishna was sitting on a high elevated throne. On his couch, he was sitting, and Rukmini Devi was fanning him and doing so many services. Although Rukmini Devi has so many servant maids, she would personally render service to uh, Krishna. There is a beautiful shloka explaining the position of Rukmini Devi. Bhakta paya bhujanga garudamani trailokya rakshamani gopi lochana chatakam budamani saundarya mudramani yah kantamani rukmini घनकुचा द्वन्द्वैक भूषामणि श्रेयो देवशिखामणिर्दिशतु नो गोपाल चूड़ामणि यह कांतामणि रुक्मिणी घनकुचा द्वंद्वैक भूषामणि. Rukmini is considered Kantamani, jewel amongst crest jewel amongst all the queens of Krishna. She is the first and she is the best. She is the foremost of all queens of Krishna. And Krishna hangs around her chest like a shining jewel on her heart, right? So like that, Krishna has very intimate relationship with Rukmini Devi. Rukmini Devi has written a love letter to Krishna when her brother Rukmi was trying to get her married to Shishupal instead of Gopal. uh, Rukmini Devi wrote a love letter to Krishna. She found a Brahmana. This Brahmana, can you please send this love letter to Krishna? That's the first ever love letter given, written by a girl to a boy in the universal history, probably. So then this Brahmana went and gave that letter to Krishna, and Krishna read that letter. Beautiful letter. श्रुत्वा गुणान् भुवन सुन्दर शृण्वतां ते निर्विष्ट कर्ण विवरैः हरतोऽङ्गतापम् रूपं दृशां दृशिमताम् अखिलार्थलाभं त्वय्यश् त्वय्यच्युताविशति चित्तमपत्रपं मे. Oh Krishna, you are the best of all handsome princes. Right? There is no one who is as handsome as you, Krishna. So, as soon as I have heard about you from Narada Muni and many other sages, my heart is always thinking of you only. I fell in love with you. By hearing your beautiful, wonderful qualities, I fell in love with you. You please come and marry me. My cruel brother, my tyrant brother, he is getting me married to that Shishupal, who is a villain who always hates Krishna. You please come and help me. Then Krishna came in a chariot and kidnapped Rukmini Devi and married her in Dwaraka. So, and Rukmi came to fight with Krishna. Okay, and Rukmi just lifted his bow, and Krishna threw an arrow and cut that bow into pieces. Rukmi took his sword, and Krishna cut that sword into pieces. And Rukmi took his gada, Krishna cut it into pieces. Whichever weapon Rukmi is taking up, Krishna is just piercing it into pieces, right? And after that, Krishna caught Rukmi and then gave a peculiar haircut. Initially, he wanted to kill him, but Rukmini came and said, please don't kill my brother. Today is my marriage day. How can you kill my brother? Although this brother, Rukmi, was forcing Rukmini and behaved very nastily towards Rukmini, she is very kind. She is very affectionate towards her brother and she is forgiving. She begged for the life of her brother, and Krishna said, okay, fine, I will not kill him because my wife is requesting me. I will not kill him, but I will have to give a special haircut to him. He took his sword and gave a special haircut. So you have one shikha here, but Rukmi had multiple shikhas here everywhere. Right? He gave a multiple shikha haircut to him. So like that, Rukmini married Krishna Devi. Rukmini Devi married Krishna. So Rukmini and Krishna were there together in the palace, and when Sudama entered the palace, Krishna just got up from his seat and he saw Krishna. He saw Sudama from a distance. He recognized. He immediately got up and then ran towards Sudama and embraced him and brought him inside the palace and made him sit on his personal couch. So Sudama was totally overwhelmed. Earlier, Sudama was thinking, will I even get entrance into Dwaraka Dham? Will I even be allowed into Krishna's palace? He was doubtful. He thought that maybe the gods may not allow me only. Oh, who is this beggar Brahmana, mendicant coming here? Hey, don't come here, don't come here. He was expecting that he may be thrown away. But Krishna is personally receiving him, and Sudama could not believe whether it is truth or false. Right? He was totally confused. And Sudama was thinking that Krishna is treating me like his elder brother. Who is Krishna's elder brother? Balram. So Krishna is giving me so much respect and affection and love as if he would treat his elder brother Balaram. So I am very touched by him. So Krishna made Sudama sit on the palace, sit on the couch. And you know what Krishna did? He ordered for the worship paraphernalia, and the servant maids got all of that. And Krishna kept Sudama's feet. He personally touched Sudama's feet and kept in a plate, and he washed those feet. And he also offered Dhoop Deep Agarbatti. He also worshipped Sudama's feet with flowers. And Sudama was feeling so awkward, so embarrassed. My God, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is washing my feet. It's too much. He was feeling very nervous, awkward. And while doing so, Krishna had tears in his eyes. These tears are tears of love, tears of affection. See, whenever a guest comes to your home, you should respect them, welcome them. That is formality, that is etiquette. But Krishna is not just doing some formality or etiquette. Krishna is doing everything with sincerity and love and affection. Otherwise, he would not have tears. If a Brahmana comes to a Kshatriya's home, a Kshatriya is supposed to wash his feet and then be happy. But here it's not a formality, it's not just a general etiquette. He is having affectionate tears and loving tears from his eyes. That is done with a lot of sincerity. Then Sudama was feeling very awkward, and Krishna said, my dear friend, what are you doing? How are you now? Looks like you have got married. You must be having children. How is your grahastha dharma going on? How is your spiritual practices going on? I hope you are okay. And internally, Sudama was not thinking that why Krishna is asking all these questions. Can't he see my dhoti? Am I fine? He is not even giving me new dhoti also. He is making me sit and asking all kinds of questions. It's okay. He gave me garland and sandalwood pulp and flowers and washed my feet. Why can't he give me a new dhoti and some jewelry? He's wearing so many big crowns and royal garments. He's not giving me anything. Sudama was not anticipating like that. Because Sudama never went to Krishna with an expectation for money. Generally speaking, when we have expectations, those expectations will lead to frustration. Do you agree? Expectation, undue expectation, unreasonable expectation will naturally lead to frustration. But when we don't have expectations, still if somebody comes and helps us, we'll be grateful. If we expect that other people should help us and treat us in a certain way, if they don't treat us in a certain way, we become frustrated, we become angry, we become morose. But without our expectation, if someone is treating us nicely, helping us in some way, we can become grateful. Whether you want to be grateful or get frustrated in life, you decide. That happens by adjusting your expectations. Okay. So Sudama did not have any expectations. There is no frustration. Whatever loving treatment he's getting from Krishna, Sudama became very grateful for it. He's extremely grateful for it. Krishna is washing my feet. He felt so embarrassed and he felt so grateful. So after that, Krishna asked, on top of it, not Krishna was not giving anything to Sudama. Oh, take these gold coins. Huh? Take these diamonds. He's not doing anything to Sudama. He's only asking, what gift did you get for me, Sudama? You are meeting me after a long time. Did you ever get any gift for me? So he is not giving anything to him in spite of seeing his torn dhoti. But still, he is asking for some gift from Sudama. And Sudama was feeling even more embarrassed. You know why? Not that, why Krishna is asking this gift from me? Sudama was thinking, how can I offer this gift to Krishna? This is flat rice, dry, flat uh, poha, which I have begged from 4 houses and then brought here. And I'm tying it in a very dirty torn cloth. This is not a proper offering to Krishna. Krishna deserves much more, and I don't have. He's feeling, I didn't get anything. No, 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 I didn't get anything. And Krishna said, you are hiding the gift that you have got for me. Already Sudama is very thin, and there is small packet, okay, hanging from his waist. Anybody can see it, right? People should think that maybe he has a big boil there, or he's carrying something there. He's already very thin. It's not that he's very stout that he can hide it in his pocket. So it's very visible. Krishna said, "You are hiding something for me." And Sudama was not hiding, thinking that, anyways, Krishna is not giving me anything. I can have it for my lunch. I can have it for my dinner. Right? So, looks like Krishna is not in the mood to give me anything. He's not hiding he's not saving it for his next meal. Sudama genuinely felt that it's not a proper offering to Krishna. That's why he's hiding it. But Krishna is pushing him, forcing him, giving. And Krishna just grabbed it from him, snatched it away from Sudama. Sudama was feeling very shy. Krishna opened that packet. And in that packet, he saw some dry poha. And Krishna took one handful of that poha. Only 4 handfuls are there, by the way. Krishna took one handful and put it in his mouth. And he said, this is the best food I have ever tasted in my entire life. So much love and affection. Because it's not in the thing that you offer to someone, it's the emotion that counts. Sudama brought it to Krishna with so much love. Although he did not have even a handful of grains to fill his belly, he wanted to offer something to Krishna. Right? And his wife lovingly begged all this poha and then gave it to Sudama. And Sudama did not even eat it on the way. While walking, I need some strength, let me eat some. He is not thinking, he got everything for Krishna only, with so much love. He was starving and he was feeding Krishna. To that degree, he loved Krishna. So, Krishna is tasting the love of Sudama, not just the poha. When Krishna was drinking Mother Yashoda's milk, it's not that he was just drinking milk, he was drinking the love of Mother Yashoda. That milk of Mother Yashoda is a transformation of Yashoda Mata's love. And the butter that Krishna was stealing from all the gopis of Vrindavan, that was a transformation of their love for Krishna. So Krishna is hungry for our love, not hungry for our milk or butter or poha or jewels or garlands. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti pahritam ashnami prayatatmanah. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. Patra means, what is patram? Leaf, tulsi leaf. Pushpam, what is pushpam? Flower. Phalam, fruit. Toyam, water. Whether you give Krishna patram or pushpam or phalam toyam, If you give it with love, he will accept it. Krishna is hungry for your love. Even a poor person, poverty-stricken person also can pluck one flower from a tree and offer it to Krishna. Krishna will accept it. He is hungry for love, not the flower. But if there is no love, even if offer him jewels and palaces, Krishna is not that excited. Once Krishna went to Duryodhan's palace, Hastinapur. And Duryodhan said, Krishna, I have arranged a special accommodation for you in Dushasana's palace. Dushasana's palace is much more lavish and opulent than my palace. You stay in Dushasana's palace and I have arranged a feast for you. You eat in my home. Accommodation in Dushasana's house. Prasadam or meals in my home. Okay. Then, you know what Krishna said? I don't need your accommodation. I don't need your food also. Because in your offering there is no love, there is no sincerity, there is only diplomacy, there is only duplicity, there is only selfish intentions. So Duryodhan is a very diplomatic person. He somehow wanted to make friendship with Krishna and take Krishna on his side and fight against the Pandavas. Will Krishna even anyway come to the side of Duryodhan and take the side of Duryodhan, fight against Pandavas? Never. So, you know what Krishna said? I will stay in the simple house of Vidura. I will not stay in your lavish Dushasan's palace. So Krishna was not even, Vidura was not even expecting this. But Krishna said, Vidura, I'll stay with you. Vidura was overwhelmed. He became totally confused and bewildered. He was not even expecting this. Krishna is coming to my home? My God. And Krishna entered the palace, and Vidura, out of his ecstasy, he wanted to offer something to Krishna. He offered a small seat, and Krishna sat on the seat. Vidura is not a very wealthy person like Duryodhan. So Vidura, out of his ecstasy, he wanted to offer some fruit to Krishna. He picked up one banana and he peeled the banana and offered it to Krishna. Not the fruit, but the peel. And Krishna took the peel and ate the peel. Happily ate the peel. And later Sudama realized, Vidura realized, oh, I'm offering a peel. Out of ecstasy. So Krishna is willing to eat banana peel offered by Vidura, not Chapanbhog offered by Duryodhan. Why? Love is missing in Duryodhan's offering. Love is present in Vidura's offering. Love is present in Sudama's offering. Sudama offered this flat rice and Krishna ate them, one handful. And is about to take another handful. Was about to put in his mouth. Suddenly Rukmani Devi came and then caught Krishna's hand. Don't eat more. Why did Rukmani stop Krishna? Can anyone guess? Why did Rukmani stop Krishna? Huh? Krishna's stomach get upset. Krishna has a tender stomach. He's not so accustomed to eat this hard, flat rice. That's one reason, definitely. Any other reason? Yes, Krishangi? Huh? Yes, you are right. Why are you being hesitant? Even Rukmini Devi came and said, if you eat everything, what will I eat? What will my co-wives eat? What will other people eat? You are praising this poha so much, we also want to taste it, right? So leave something for us also. That is another reason. There is one more reason. Who will say the third reason? Yes, Radhika. Yeah. Be loud. You should shout. Scream. Save it for later. For Krishna only. No, not that. Okay. One for breakfast, one for lunch, one for dinner. Three handfuls. Not that way. Okay. Any other reasons? She was thinking that by eating this flat rice from this poor Brahmana, you have already bestowed him so much of opulence and wealth. If you eat more, I will have to go as his maid servant. Krishna, I don't want to leave you. Because when Krishna accepts something from us, he will give much more than we can imagine. He took couple of fruits from fruit seller. He filled her basket with jewels, right? Similarly, he's taking one handful of poha from Sudama. He has given so much of Indra's opulence, heavenly opulence to Sudama, right? So Lakshmi Devi said, no, don't make me his maid servant. I'll stay with you. Whatever opulence you have given him, that is fine. But did Krishna give anything? Till now, Krishna did not say anything. He did not give a check. Okay, blank check. Sudama, whatever you want, take it. Right, I have accounts in all banks. Sudama, open your Google Pay, I'll transfer. He did not say that, right? He is not saying, he's not speaking about the topic at all, right? He is just asking, exchanging some pleasantries. What did you get for me? This poha is so nice. I have never tasted anything more than this. And all the other palace residents are getting surprised. My God, why Krishna is giving so much of affection and attention and time to this poor Brahmana who is looking so emaciated. Kuchailam malinam kshamam dvijam dhamani santatam. All his bones are visible, ribcage is visible, right? So it's like you take a skeleton and put a thin blanket on top of it. How does he look like? Okay, and blow some air, and the blanket will go inside the ribcage. Sudama is like that, so emaciated, so thin, so weak, so poor, so poverty stricken, very hungry, starving, struggling to maintain himself. But Krishna is giving so much of importance to Sudama, and all the palace residents became very surprised. And anyways, for this reason, Rukmini Devi stopped Krishna from accepting more. And Krishna allowed Sudama to stay. Sudama, you can stay overnight here. You can sleep here. Okay. Krishna fed him some food, and Sudama slept that night. Early morning he get up, and Krishna said, "Okay, bye, Sudama. One voyage." So and Sudama left the palace. Krishna did not give even one single gold coin or silver coin to Krishna, to Sudama. So Sudama went empty handed. He got poha. No, he has no poha also. He's going back without poha. He's not carrying any money or wealth from him. You know, when Sudama uh, was returning, he was thinking, why Krishna not, he was not thinking, why Krishna did not give me any money. My wife asked me to get some money from Krishna, and I'm going empty handed. What will my wife think about me? Maybe she will chastise me, she will scold me, maybe she will send me again. Who will come here? He was not thinking like that. You know what Sudama was thinking? Krishna is so wonderful. He is so loving and caring. He embraced me. Kvaham daridraha papiyan kwa Krishna Sriniketanah. I am a daridra, I am a papi, I am a poor hearted person, I am a fallen person, I am very poverty stricken, daridra, papi, I am sinful also. And where is Krishna? He is the residence of goddess of fortune. And he, bahu bhyam parirambhitaha, he extended his arms and hugged me, embraced me as if I was his elder brother, Balaram. And Sudama was overwhelmed with love and feelings and affection and gratitude for Krishna. Because he went to Krishna without any expectations, he came out of Krishna's palace with gratitude. If he had gone to Krishna with expectations, he would have left Krishna's palace with frustration. Expectations lead to frustration. Not having expectations will lead to gratitude, satisfaction, happy. He was feeling so grateful. And he also got the thought, Krishna did not give me any wealth because he understood that if I get wealth, I'll get distracted from my bhakti. Krishna thought like that. That's why he did not give. See how loving and how caring my Lord is. This is called positivity. Whatever Krishna does, he does for our good. That faith he had, right? He did not misinterpret Krishna's activities. He did not misunderstand Krishna. We should never doubt the intentions and integrity of Krishna. We cannot find a better well-wisher than Krishna for us. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarva loka maheshwaram suhurdam sarva bhutanam gnatva mam shanti mrichati. You understand Krishna as the supreme enjoyer and supreme proprietor of all the planets. You also understand Krishna as supreme suhrit, well-wishing friend of every living being. If you understand that Krishna is your well-wisher, then you will be peaceful. If you don't understand and realize that Krishna is your genuine well-wisher, then we will be agitated and frustrated and disappointed and demotivated. Suhurdam sarva bhutanam natva mam shanti mritchati. Please understand this line. Krishna is the suhrut, the dearest friend and well-wisher of every single living being. That understanding will make you peaceful. Otherwise, we keep on cribbing and complaining and criticizing. What is Krishna doing? I am very poor, huh? And Krishna is not taking care of me. Krishna said, we began our class by quoting, was which sloka? Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. Krishna will take care of all our needs. But here is Krishna not taking care of Sudama's need. So, Sudama, with these thoughts, he came to his palace, sorry, his hut. And he did not find his hut. Sudama was not thinking, oh, my hut is also gone finally. All that I had is my small hut, even that is gone. Yeah, Krishna removed that hut and kept a big palace there, as big as Indra's palace. And Sudama was, for a moment, he was confused. What's happening here? Where is my hut? And he saw his wife lavishly decorated with all kinds of ornaments. And he also saw his children. They were also nicely decorated. They came out to give a royal reception to Sudama. Sudama entered the palace with his torn clothes. So then Sudama understood, oh, Krishna bestowed mercy upon me. Now, let's go back. Who inspired Sudama to meet Krishna? His wife. And first saw, who first came to know that Krishna became merciful on Sudama? Sudama's wife only. That night she slept, and morning she got up and opened her eyes. She found herself not in a thatched roof hut, she found herself in a lavish palace. Maybe chandelier is hanging from there. Maybe different lights and bulbs and uh, different facilities. So Sudama's wife became so overwhelmed with wonder and surprise as soon as she got up, and within a moment she understood. Oh, Krishna must have blessed us. My husband went to Krishna, right? So Krishna must have blessed us with this wealth. She understood Krishna's mercy because she is the one who inspired Sudama to go and take mercy of Krishna. She is the one who got the news of Krishna's mercy first. And this is very, very important point to understand. Sudama was not willing to even beg for his maintenance. You know why? He was detached. But he was attached also. He was attached to his detachment. Right? He was thinking that I am so renounced, I am so detached. I don't need any material comforts. I can live happily like this without begging. Also, he was thinking like that. There was a small pride in his heart because of his own renounced spirit. Sometimes, if we are not careful, we can be proud of our renunciation also. We can be very puffed up of our detachment also. Sudama was attached to his detachment. And his wife is saying, go to Krishna, go to Krishna. Finally, he went to Krishna. Now, Krishna humbled Sudama by giving him a big palace. Okay. So, apparently, this whole story is spoken by many to show that you go to Krishna, Krishna will give you all wealth. You offer fruits to Krishna, Krishna will fill your basket with jewels. You offer poha to Krishna, Krishna will make your home as Indra Bhavan. Okay, this is how the stories may be presented sometimes, but the reality is different. Sudama was attached to his detachment, he was even proud of his poverty. Krishna humbled him by giving him wealth. You are proud of your poverty? Take this wealth. Okay, and there is another devotee who was proud of his charitable disposition. Bali Maharaj. You know Bali Maharaj? How many of you know Bali Maharaj? Bali Maharaj was the king of all the demons, and this Bali Maharaj was little proud of his charitable disposition. I am a great charitable person. Whoever comes to me asking for anything, I'll just give. Then the Lord went in the form of a small dwarf Brahmana, Vamanadev, and asked Bali Maharaj, can you give me 3 steps of land? Just 3 steps, I don't want anything more. Then Bali said, okay, take. And this Vamanadev, who was a little boy, he expanded himself and he occupied the entire universe within 2 steps. And he asked, where is the third step? You have given me a check that got bounced. You don't have enough bank balance in your account. Right? So Vamanadev demanded for the third step. And Bali Maharaj said, put your third step on my head. Thus Bali Maharaj surrendered. So because Bali was slightly proud of his charitable disposition, Krishna humbled him by taking away all his property. And because Sudama was proud of his poverty, Krishna gave him all wealth and humbled him. In both cases, Krishna is merciful towards his devotees. Now let us go back to our original shloka. What was that? Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janah paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. When Krishna says yogakshemam vahamyaham, the meaning is I will supply whatever you lack and I will preserve whatever you have, provided it is good for your spiritual advancement. Okay? He will supply you wealth if you don't have wealth, if he thinks that wealth will help you in bhakti. By giving you wealth, if you don't get distracted from bhakti, then Krishna will give you wealth. But if you get distracted from bhakti, Krishna will not give wealth, he will take away whatever wealth you have also. Right? So, Krishna will supply whatever you lack if that is required for your bhakti. And Krishna will preserve whatever you have if it is necessary for your bhakti. If it is not good for your bhakti, Krishna will take away your wealth also. If Krishna sees that this wealth or this position or this prestige is a distraction in my devotee's life, Krishna will take away all the wealth. Okay? So, Krishna will not give wealth. So, that is the deeper understanding of Yogakshemam Mahamyaham. We cannot just say, Krishna is Yogakshemam Mahamyaham, he will supply whatever I don't have. He will preserve whatever I have. Means I am losing something, means Krishna is not true to his promise. Krishna is not keeping his promise. He just said, Yogakshemam Mahamyaham, and he is not fulfilling his promise. No. Actually, yoga means our attempt to connect with Krishna, our attempt to serve Krishna. Kshema means Krishna's reciprocation with our attempt. When Krishna said Yoga Kshema Mahamyaham, he meant that I will preserve your inspiration to practice bhakti also. I will only help you to come closer to me. Krishna said that. And when you try to come closer to me, I will only reciprocate with you. You know Gajendra's story? How many of you know Gajendra? Okay. Gajendra was an elephant. He was in deep distress because his leg was caught by a crocodile. And he was struggling to release himself from that crocodile for 1000 years. 1000 years he was struggling. He was fighting with the crocodile. He thought initially, the crocodile will leave me in 10 minutes, in half an hour, in 1 hour, in 2 hours, in 1 day, in 2 days. Days are passing, years are passing, decades are passing, centuries are passing. And this crocodile is not living only. For 1000 years he struggled. And did he get any help? No. All the other elephants who are standing on the shore of that lake, they were very empathetic and sympathetic towards Gajendra. They were very kind and compassionate towards Gajendra, but they could not do anything to Gajendra. Do you agree with me if I say that there are some people who are very kind and compassionate upon us, but they don't have the ability to help us? They have the intention to help us, they don't have the ability to help us. And there are some people who have the ability to help us, but they don't have the intention to help us. Have you seen such people? They are in a position to help, but they will not help only. Okay? There are some people, they are not in a position to help, but they want to help, but they are totally incapable. So, all the elephants who are standing on the shore of Gajendra's lake, they wanted to help Gajendra, but they could not do anything. If the crocodile had caught Gajendra on the land, probably all these elephants would have trampled that crocodile and killed that crocodile and saved Gajendra. But the crocodile caught Gajendra inside the water. Gajendra is a very powerful animal on the land, not in the water. Similarly, you may be very powerful and influential at some place. That does not mean you will be able to rule at every place. Right? Did you try to exercise your power and control at a different place which is not your place and got backfired? Sometimes it happens. So just because we are powerful at one place, that does not mean we become powerful at every place. So now Gajendra tried to release himself and is unable to do. And there are so many devatas in the upper planets. They were watching this fight, special fight. Just like people stand in studios, see the balcony there. So from there, from galleries, they observe a match, right? Like that, all the devatas are sitting in the upper planets and they're observing this fight between the crocodile and the elephant. Elephant is trying to pull the crocodile outside water, and the crocodile is trying to pull the elephant inside water. Like that fight is happening, and they're watching the show. They had the ability to help Gajendra, but they did not have the intention to help Gajendra. They had the capacity to help Gajendra, they did not have the compassion to help Gajendra. People may have capacity, they may not have compassion. People may have compassion, they may not have capacity. But who has both? Who has both? Krishna. Krishna has the ability to protect Gajendra and intention also. It is only Krishna who always has the ability and intention, capacity and compassion to save us. मादृक् प्रपन्न पशुपाश विमोक्षणाय मुक्ताय भूरि करुणाय नमोलयाय स्वांशेन सर्वतनुभृन्मनसि प्रतीतः प्रत्यग्दृशे भगवते बृहते नमस्ते. Madruk Prapanna Pashupasha Vimokshanaya. If someone surrenders unto Krishna, Krishna will immediately release that person from all bondage. Why? He is Muktaya, he is never bound. He is never bound, therefore he can release us from bondage. Bhuri Karunaya. He is extremely compassionate. Namo Alayaya. He is aware of our situation. Somebody may have the ability, somebody may have the intention, but they may not have the awareness of my situation. Somebody may have the capacity, somebody may have the compassion, but they are not cognizant of my situation. How will they help us? They cannot. But Krishna has all three. Therefore, he can help us. So, he is the supreme well-wisher of all living beings. So, we should have faith in Krishna. We should have trust in Krishna. Let me tell you one last story. What's the time now? I don't have any clock here. Oh, 6:53. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'll conclude in 2-3 minutes. Okay. One last story. Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham means Krishna will take care of his devotees. Yoga Kshemam Vahami means I will carry. Vahami word is used to indicate carrying some burden. Okay, that's why the word Vahami is used. Aham means I will personally carry. Krishna said, I will personally carry the burden of the maintenance of my devotees. Krishna said that. One devotee named Arjunacharya, he felt that, oh, why will Krishna carry the burden of the maintenance of his devotees? He can outsource it to someone, right? He felt a little uncomfortable. He did not like this line. He has cut off this line when he's writing a commentary on Bhagavad Gita. So while thinking about this shloka, he got little late. Generally, he would go out to beg some food and he will come back and he and his wife will eat. But that day he got delayed. He did not go for begging because he's thinking about this shloka. So he just got up late. After he has cut off this line, Yogakshemam Vahamiham, he got up and went to the um, street to beg some food. He's not getting any food only. He's going from door to door. By the time people have already taken their meals, they washed their pots, they were sleeping. He's not getting any charity only that day. Meanwhile, as his wife was alone at home, two little boys came to Arjunacharya's home. These boys were carrying some, I don't know what is that called in English or Hindi. So there is a bamboo stick and there are two baskets hanging from the bamboo stick. And some people in the villages, they would carry it on the shoulder. So two little boys, one dark boy, one fair complexioned boy. Both of these two boys came carrying this loads of grocery. There were grains, there were fruits, there were spices, there were vegetables. So many food items they were carrying, and they came to Arjunacharya's house and knocked the door. Arjunacharya's wife opened the door and they found the two little boys. She asked, "Who are you?" Then they said, "We are Arjunacharya's disciples." "Why did you come?" "Arjunacharya had sent these items for you. My dear mother, please accept this, all these items. You please accept these items and otherwise and give us the empty baskets immediately. Otherwise, your husband will beat us. He will punish us. He's very strict. So you please take it and then we have to go immediately." Then she said, "Okay, I'm happy that you brought all this, but why are you saying that my husband will beat you? My husband will punish you. Already I'm surprised that my husband is making you carry so many loads. They're little boys. They're carrying heavy weight." So she was already little surprised why Arjunacharya has engaged his students, his disciples in such a way. It's too much. And on top of it, this dark boy especially, he dropped a bomb saying that your Arjunacharya, your husband will beat us also. Then she said, my husband is not so cruel like this. Then the black boy, about turn. He turned like this and he showed his back. There were so many marks. See, your husband has struck me. He punished me like this. Then she was so surprised. She took the little boy inside and she took some sandalwood pulp and applied on all those marks and said, don't worry, my dear child, nothing will happen. And she sent the boys away, took the grocery. She made the preparation, she cooked, and she started eating. Meanwhile, Arjunacharya is coming with empty hands. Generally, her habit is to cook nicely, feed her husband, and then she will eat. Today, she is not waiting only. She is not waiting for her husband. She is only eating. And Arjunacharya came with empty hand, empty stomach. He saw her eating. That's fine, okay, she may be hungry. But he was surprised. He saw so many grocery items there, so many food items there. And on top of it, he saw her very indifferent, very angry, very insensitive. She is not even greeting him only. Mhm. Then he had two questions. He asked her, I have two questions. First question, where did you get all these food items? Second question, why your behavior is like this? Why are you so indifferent? Why are you so disrespectful? She said, I didn't like the way you behave. What did I do? She and she first answered the first question. Your students only got this, all this grocery, but I didn't like the way you have behaved with them. Who are the students? I have never sent my disciples to get all this grocery for you. But she said, no, no, no. You only sent and you have punished them also. I saw that little boy, black boy, who has some marks on his back. He said, you have beaten him. Then he asked, how are the boys? Can you please explain, describe their features? Then she said, one is very fair complexion, very whitish. Somebody is little dark complexion, other boy. So they brought all this grocery. Then he immediately ran into his room and he opened the commentary that he was writing. There is Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. He has striked off that line, right? He has cut off that line. That line has manifested again. Then he understood. I did not believe the statement made by Krishna. So Krishna personally came to my home along with Balaram and brought all this. He is personally carrying. My Lord has personally carried the burden of my maintenance. I could not get any food by begging. Now he brought it. I did not keep faith. And he went back to his wife and said, I'm really uh, impressed with your devotion. You had simple faith in your devotion. Krishna and Balram gave darshan to you, not me. I did not keep trust in Krishna's words, but you have simple faith. Krishna gave you darshan. So we should never think that Krishna is Krishna doesn't take care of his devotees. But the way he takes care of his devotees may not be very palatable, may not be according to our expectation. Okay, so Krishna's way of protection may not be so palatable. He may not reciprocate with you the way you want. He will give you what you need, not what you want. Child may ask 100 things. Parents will not supply everything that they ask. If the parents understand that it is good for my child, then they will give. If the child is asking something which is not good for him or her, parents will not supply, right? Right? So, similarly, Krishna is our Supreme Father, Supreme Mother. He will supply something to us only if he needs, only if he thinks that it's good for us. Sometimes he will give wealth if he thinks it is good for us. Sometimes he will take away wealth if he thinks that it's not good for us. So that's how Krishna takes care of his devotees. Coming back to Sudama's story to conclude, Sudama came to know that Krishna is merciful. So Sudama lived in that home, hearing and chanting about the Lord. He was not attached to the lavish palace comforts, although he's living in the palace. So he gave up whatever little pride he had and he continued to worship the Lord and he eventually attained the Lord. Now I have one small question to all of you before you ask me questions. Okay. Why did Krishna not reveal to Sudama that Sudama, you go home, you'll find a big palace there? He could have said it, right? Why Krishna did not reveal that news that he's going to give a great palace to Sudama at Dwaraka only? Why it has to be a suspense to Sudama till he reached his home? Any intelligent answers from anyone? Yes. Okay. Good. Sudama did not desire, only his wife wanted. That may be one perspective. Okay, any other answers? Any other answers? Yes, Radhika. You should be loud. See that Prabhu spoke so loudly, I could hear from there. You are so in front of me and you are unable to speak loudly. Okay, not that clear. Anyone else? Yes, Prabhu. Okay, good answer. Sudama wanted to test, Krishna wanted to test Sudama. Yes, any other perspective, question, comment? Yes. Okay, okay, food. Good. That's another perspective. Anyone else? Oh, okay, okay. If he gets some food, gets some wealth in his hand, he may get distracted. His attention may be diverted to the wealth. Let him meditate on Krishna's reciprocation on the way. Good, good perspective. Wonderful answers. Anyone else? Yeah, yes, Mataji. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Yes. You should speak loudly like all these elders. Manyata. Okay. Krishna wanted Sudama to realize how merciful he is. Okay, fine. All your answers are nice. Yes, one last answer. He may say, I don't want it, I don't want it. Okay. Good. All wonderful thought process. But let me reveal what is there in Krishna's heart. As mentioned in Bhagavatam and the commentaries. Krishna felt ashamed. Krishna felt humbled. Krishna was thinking, this Sudama did not have even poha to offer it to me. Krishna felt that Sudama was so poverty stricken, he could not even afford poha, he had to beg from neighboring houses to offer it to me. Means Sudama's offering to Krishna was beyond his capacity, right? He offered something to Krishna beyond his capacity. Do you agree? If I have to exactly reciprocate with Sudama, I have to offer something beyond my capacity. Krishna thought like this. Is there anything beyond Krishna's capacity? Means it was beyond Krishna's capacity to offer something to Sudama beyond his capacity. So Krishna felt very ashamed. Just like Sudama was hiding, oh, this is not a proper offering to Krishna, he was hiding. Similarly, Krishna was also hiding. He felt very ashamed and embarrassed. I can give him Indra's palace. I can give him Brahma's opulence also. But whatever I give him, all that is within my capacity only. I am not going beyond my capacity to offer him anything. So I am not sufficiently reciprocating with his love. So he kept it secret. Let Sudama understand it when he goes home. So sometimes when you offer something to somebody, it's not a big gift, Prabhu. It's okay. No? And as soon as you offer, they want to open and see. No, you say, "Oh, it's not a big gift. You can keep it inside. You can see at your leisure." Okay, you may say like that, right? When you're offering something very simple. So Krishna thought, what I'm offering to Sudama is so simple, so small, nothing in comparison to what he has offered me. This is how Krishna is grateful. Okay. So we discussed Gajendra's example, right? Krishna is grateful for whatever little bhakti that Gajendra has done in the past life, and Krishna gave inspiration to Gajendra to offer prayers, and Krishna only responded to the prayers and saved Gajendra. So Krishna is grateful even for the smallest bhakti that we do, and he will take care of all of us. So therefore, our responsibility is to utilize whatever we have in Krishna's service and trust Krishna's intentions, trust Krishna's mercy. So when we dedicate everything that we have in Krishna's service, Krishna will dedicate himself to us. Krishna will give himself to us. जिह्वे कीर्तय केशवं मुररिपुं चेतो भज श्रीधरं पाणिद्वन्द्वसमर्चयाच्युतकथाः श्रोत्रद्वयत्वं शृणु कृष्णं लोकयलोचनद्वय हरेर्गच्छाङ्घ्रि युग्मालयं जिघ्रघ्राणमुकुन्दपादतुलसीं मूर्धन्यमाधौक्षजम्. The scriptures are teaching us to utilize our mind to always think of Krishna, utilize our tongue to always glorify Krishna and chant his names, to utilize our ears in in hearing about Krishna, utilize our hands in serving Krishna, utilize our feet to go to Krishna's temple. Like that, if we utilize everything that we have in Krishna's service, utilize our nostril to smell the tulasi leaves offered to Krishna's lotus feet. Like that, if we utilize everything that we have in Krishna's devotional service, Krishna will protect us. Krishna will reciprocate with that love. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. He will take care of all our needs. Right? So let us perfect our lives by surrendering to Krishna, by serving Krishna. And there are so many episodes in Bhagavatam and our scriptures that are very encouraging to us in trying to develop our connection with Krishna. श्रीनारायण पुण्डरीकदयन श्रीराम सीतापते गोविन्दाच्युत नन्द नन्दन मुकुन्द आनन्द दामोदर विष्णो राघव वासुदेव नृहरे देवेन्द्र चूडामणि संसारार्णव कर्णधारक हरे श्रीकृष्ण तुभ्यं नमः. That Lord manifests in multiple forms. He's manifesting now as Kishore Kishori, as we are discussing and as we are praying to him. So he manifests in multiple forms to bless us and to take us beyond this ocean of material existence. So let us dedicate our mind, words, and hearts to Krishna and become objects of his love and affection. With this, we'll conclude. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you so much, Gaurang Krishna Prabhu. It's a wonderful, wonderful class. His first time in US. Haribol! It's a wonderful. So we hope to see you more here, in the future years. So please do bless Chicago with all your presence. So the next part of the program is our prasadam. Before we have one small announcement by Prabhu here.
Haribol, everybody. This is a small announcement. We just finished the KK50 Kishore Kishori 50th Golden Anniversary. It was a landmark for all of us. So we want to continue that momentum, and we are asking and begging from each of you to start a recurring donation campaign. So we have a target to have 25 recurring donors by the end of the year. We have 13 so far. So if anybody is interested as a recurring donor, please come to me. I'll be on the front desk. Okay? I'm Prema Sarovar Das. Thank you.
Also, Prabhu has written many books. There are certain books outside. There are some Subodhini books which are like guides to learning Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. They're very systematically made. So please have a look at the table outside. We have Paramatma Prabhu. We can help you with, if you want to order some books from him. Thank you. Also, please come back. We do have Kirtan till 8 o'clock. So please take your prasadam and come back.
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. But you can take down. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.